There has been discussion online this week about a plane that made an emergency landing in a field in Bryan back in December.
And now, nearly 3 months later, the plane is still there. On social media, the plane's owner says he's been denied access to the aircraft and that the mayor of Bryan demanded a ransom in exchange for its release. News 3's Donnie Tuggle's been actively pursuing answers from the city and is joining us now from the News Center to explain what all we know up to this point. Donnie?
Yeah, Rusty, Amy, the Bryan Business Council owns the land where the plane landed and currently sits. We've since learned the property is being leased to a cattle company that has a contract with the mayor of Bryan. I reached out to the mayor, city, and attorneys involved today in an attempt to get a better understanding of the contracts and how they were granted. The Louisiana pilot who made an emergency landing last year in this field near Easterwood Airport has only 1 day remaining to remove the aircraft. The deadline to do so comes after he took to social media and accused Bryan Mayor Bobby Gutierrez of demanding more than $200,000 in exchange for its release. KBTX has since learned the land is owned by the Bryan Business Council, a nonprofit organization that the city of Bryan calls a separate entity. Bryan formed the council in 1982 to promote and enhance the business community of the city. The council leases the land to a private company that specializes in artificial insemination and embryo harvesting for cattle. I got a copy of that lease today, which for $1 a year gives the company grazing rights. The city told me the council doesn't have any other similar agreements. The company's owner, Cliff Dorn, says he allowed the mayor to bring his Longhorn onto the property in a private agreement, but says the plane landing disrupted the breeding, resulting in financial loss for both men. Dorn says the two were partners in the operation before Gutierrez was ever elected mayor. Dorn also says at no point has he prevented the pilot from gaining access to the plane. We reached out to city leaders to ask about the ransom for the plane and if Mayor Gutierrez was a business council member when the agreement was made. Attorneys said in a statement that the owner of the plane did not contact the council or its insurance company, but the council requested the removal of the plane after becoming aware of the statements made by the pilot online. They went on to say Gutierrez's role in the council was an ex-official member with no voting rights, and inquiries about his knowledge of his beneficiary status should be directed to the mayor and his attorney. The Bryan Business Council says the city's economic development director is the council's liaison to the city hall staff, and that's who told the pilot he has until Thursday to get the plane. We also reached out to the city to ask about the so-called ransom claim by the mayor and asked if it was true. A city spokesperson said the city manager, city attorney, and mayor were all unavailable. In studio, Donnie Tuggle, News 3.